I want to welcome you guys back to another dough we're going to make. This time it's going to be biscuit dough. And the first thing we need to do is make some buttermilk because I do not have any on hand right now. The thing that I did is I'm using white vinegar and not lemon juice, but you can use lemon juice if you want to. And it is 1 tablespoon for 1 cup of buttermilk. And then I have to add in a 1/4 cup, so I needed to add in 3/4 of a teaspoon to this mixture as well. You put it in here first, then you're going to take your whole milk and you're going to pour that in until it comes up to 1 1/4 cup. All right, we're going to let this sit for approximately 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll have buttermilk and we'll be able to use that in our recipe. While we're waiting for that buttermilk, we're going to go ahead and sift our dry ingredients together so that it's nice and fluffy and there's no clumps. Then we're going to add in the baking powder. Then we're going to do the baking soda, then the salt. And we're going to sift that in together. Now the last thing I want to do before I add in the milk is I want to take the butter, and I have it all cut up and nice and cold. I've kept it in the refrigerator the whole time. I do not have a pastry cutter, so I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way like my mom used to, where she would get this started with the fork, and then she would get her hands in there and break it all up with her hands. You can get this right in between your fingers. It's a lot easier with a pastry cutter, but you can do it this way. You just have to be patient and make sure that you're breaking all the butter up by hand, and then you can go back with a fork as well and finish it up. You can already see where the butter is starting to break up into the flour. And now this is the finished product. Now this mixture is ready to put in, and we're just going to combine it. Now this is all mixed up and kneaded into a nice ball. We're going to go ahead and flour the counter, and we're going to roll it out. We want it to be about 1 inch thick. And the way that I know 1 inch is if you look at this part of your finger, that's actually 1 inch. Now, while we're waiting for the oven to come up to temperature, we're going to put these in the freezer on parchment paper until we're ready to get these into the oven. Now the oven is up to temperature. That's 450 degrees. We're going to take our black skillet and we're going to butter all the sides and the bottom. Now I'm going to get those biscuits back out of the freezer. Now they're nice and cold to put into the oven. Now we're ready to put them in. All right, let's take a look at these and see what they look like. Ooh, those are nice. I'm going to give them just another minute and they'll be good.
Forks in hand, a simple pleasure. Moments like these we can't measure. Forks and knives, they gently clink to mornings like this. Let's raise a drink. Smiles are warm, the air is light. Everything's just feeling right. In this moment, time stands still, family.
All right, now that these are all done and they are nice and hot, I gotta try one. Oh my goodness, look at that. Do you see the steam coming off of that? And the nice and flaky. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. Beautiful. All we need to do is put a little bit of butter on that and some honey. Let's get this. Let me put a little more butter on that. Oh my gosh. This recipe, you are going to absolutely love it. This comes out flaky and nice every single time.